And one area where China is clearly losing is the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. The only G7 member of China's biggest international project is ditching it. Italy wanted out. It had made that clear months ago. And now it has officially told China that it is withdrawing. What for? What's the reason behind Italy's Brexit, as we are calling it? Has it finally discovered that BRI is a setup? We have been telling you this seems to be the start of the end of BRI. Back in 2019, in fact, when Italy became a BRI member, then Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte had high hopes. He thought it will boost trade, bring in a lot of money. That did happen, but for China, not Italy. It's China that has raked in most of the profits. Annual Chinese exports to Italy nearly doubled. In 2019, they stood at $34 billion. Today, Chinese exports to Italy are worth $62 billion. But in that same period, Italian exports to China rose modestly from $14 billion to $17.7 billion. Ever since Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni took office, she has been skeptical of the Belt and Road Initiative. On one occasion, in fact, it has been said that Italy's decision to join the BRI was a serious mistake. Meloni says that China has not delivered on its commitments. No economic promises have materialized. So were they simply empty promises is the immediate question. And if yes, then China is facing the consequences now. Italy could have just cancelled its BRI-related projects, but it chose to back out of the initiative wholesale. Italy's full-fledged exit is a humiliation for Xi Jinping. After all, BRI is his dream project, his brainchild, his vision of reviving the old Silk Road, his road to Chinese supremacy. But that road seems to be full of potholes. Italy just dug a big one, but it does not want to sour ties. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has said that Italy can still improve trade and economic ties with China. As reported by Reuters, Italy intends to maintain excellent relations with China. A few months back, the Italian foreign minister had also said something similar. He said that Italy would prioritize a strategic partnership over a single deal. Italy is gifting a Brexit to China on the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative. Are sugar-coated words enough to soften the blow? Is there even a point to it? Especially after what Italy's defense minister had said. Back in July, remember, he called the BRI wicked. That's the word he used. He said the decision to join the project was an improvised act that led to a double negative result. Strong words there. Italy's exit is going to bring bad name to the BRI. China is not happy about it, of course. Its foreign ministry has put out a stern warning. Listen in.
China firmly opposes smearing and undermining cooperation in developing the Belt and Road Initiative and opposes confrontation and creating division among the camps.
So you heard that. China opposes confrontation. Why? Has it run out of answers? The BRI is behind on its promises after all, and this has been happening for some time now. Italy decided to take action on it. The Philippines has also, remember, decided to exit. But what about the others? That's the question. What about the poor nations that have fallen prey to China's trap? Some of them stand knee-deep in debt. In others, the projects have failed to yield the expected returns. The unkept promises have only added up. The results are in front of you. Countries now want to opt out. They want nothing to do with the BRI because China is serving its own ends. BRI seems to be China's attempt to redraft the rules of international trade, to skew it in its own favor. Italy believed in China's promise of a symbiosis. Under BRI, China plans to construct, as it calls, the overland Silk Road economic belt and the maritime Silk Road. Initially, the two were referred to as One Belt, One Road. Now, it's just called Belt and Road Initiative. Xi Jinping insists that the mega project will integrate more countries and regions into economic globalization. In the last 10 years, at least 148 countries have joined the BRI or have at least shown interest in the projects. 44 of them are in sub-Saharan Africa, 35 in Europe and Central Asia, 25 in East Asia and the Pacific, 21 in Latin America and the Caribbean, 18 in West Asia and North Africa, 6 countries in Southeast Asia. China has not even given out a clear definition of a BRI project. Does it encompass everything that China does on foreign soil, including local projects financed by Chinese banks? Does BRI also include projects that have laborers given by Chinese contractors? Well, it's hard to say. China's vagueness, you see, has left enough room for abuse. It has created the perfect breeding ground for scams. And Italy fell for it. But it has woken up. For Italy, dumping BRI is the road to recovery. It's time for the remaining members to act now and to realize that BRI is a road to nowhere. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.